the PlayStation State of Play, and the Xbox Tokyo Game Show. Ha ha! Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab coming, I need a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Frumi's training people where your skin. All recent gaming go, breaks and pay top bean. Good morning, come and moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Right, we're here for round two of the day. So, good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one, which you a beautiful and awesome Thursday. Well, it wasn't that much beautiful for us this morning because I woke up at 5:20 to watch this. But hey, you know what? We'll talk a little bit about that. You know, down the road because we got to talk about what's good about the showcases, what's bad about the showcases, and what's the ugly part about the showcases. So, chat, we're gonna go down, watch what was shown, see what we liked. I'm gonna give y'all pretty much my opinion because I watched both showcases. Right? Please just stay to play. I watched it yesterday. As soon as I got home, went in, watched it. Cool. And of course, today the Xbox Tokyo Game Show. But yeah, let's talk about it. Either way, the music 72. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? He says, "Oh, look, Dreamcast guy." That was me, man. Big B Money. What's up, Big B Money? How you doing, man? Big Money says, "I overslept." He was giving the show a 10 out of 10. Baby Money, no, no, no. For God's sakes, no. Rachy, what's up, Rachy? Good morning. He says, "I don't understand how Xbox managed to make the worst show and the state of play. Is the world ending?" Well, listen, Rachy, remember, this is the Tokyo Game Show. And the Tokyo Game Show is never like the biggest show of theirs. They're just showing what partners they've made over there, what partners they have made or what games are coming from over there in Asia to the Xbox and all that stuff. So basically, some people might like it because there's some people who like the games that are brought from over there. And some people might say, like, oh, okay, cool, and say, I hate this. It's not their most important showcase, but Reichi, is it their worst Tokyo Game Show? That is the true question behind it. But real quick, I'm gonna start off with the PlayStation State of Play because why not? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna talk about what happened on that show, right? We're gonna talk about the games that were shown, right? And I'll tell you what I found good, what I found ugly, what I found the bad and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you know we gotta be honest. We gotta be sincere. We gotta judge it the way it is. I mean, the very important thing is we saw games. That's the very important thing. We saw games on both these shows. Now we know what's coming. Now we know what's going on. But yeah, let's tackle the PlayStation Showcase real quick. Let's talk about what's shown first, and then we'll go in for the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's do this real quick. All right, let me load this up because I know. There's going to be a lot of people out there going to try to defend this. The showcase, this and that. But today, hey, there's not going to be that much to defend. Today we're going to go in and tackle this, and we're going to be brutally honest about this because I got a couple things I got to say about it. Seriously, I do. Hold on, let me get the Twitch out, guys, and then we're on the go. Real quick. Just in case someone goes in, I can say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good morning." All right. All right, let me see. Got the Twitch channel going? Perfecto. All right, chat. 1 second. Okay, good. So, here we go. Let's start out with the PlayStation State of Play of what was shown on it. So, this was Sony State of Play, which was shown yesterday, right? Every big announcement from PlayStation News State of Play. Is it just going to be every big announcement, or is it just going to be like everything? Because I was hoping that they had everything on here, because I know a lot of things were shown on it. Nope, not everything is on here. Damn it! Hold on, guys. 1 second. Let me go search for it. There, what was shown? Okay, there you go. Here we go. Found it. And I have to use IGN. I hate using IGN, but hey, we gotta use them for today. So here we go. So, State of Play of September 2025, everything announced. Over 35 minutes of reviews and news, including an extended look at Marvel's Wolverine and House Marquez Saros. So, let's start off at the bottom of the list. I think they started off from back and forward. So, let's see. DualSense, official wireless speakers. No, okay. So, let's just start off on top. So, the biggest thing that they showed yesterday, which was Wolverine, right? I mean, we gotta say it. They showed Wolverine, which of course a lot of people who love Wolverine character were pretty excited about. They went out there, were cheering, were having fun. Yes, we finally seen some Wolverine footage since the teaser trailer that we saw, and also after the leak, because that was a massive leak from Sony. And let's pray to God they don't get hacked again and they leak this game again, right? Let's cross our fingers. Let's hope that that doesn't happen again, right? Crossing fingers. But at the end of the day, though, they actually showed, who's going to be the one who's going to play Wolverine, which is Leon McIntyre. That's pretty cool. Oh man, bro, boy, member for 8 months economy class. Thank you for that, bro, boy. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much for that, brother. So it's a good thing. Jacob Nova says, Louis, the last time a State of Play showed a God of War controller, we got a God of War game trailer right after. Hmm. Oh Lord. So like I was saying though, Wolverine, pretty cool. Really liked it. Fantastic that they actually showed something after all these years. And after that leak, it was a good thing they showed you something. And it seems like from the leak that I saw, some of the footage I saw from the leak, it seems like the game is way more better than how it was. So good on them with Wolverine. Let's go down the list. So Sorrow gets an extended gameplay demo on March 1. So we now have Sorrows. It's coming out from March. Good. We saw some gameplay. Now that's two PlayStation Studio games that have been shown, which is pretty awesome, pretty fantastic. Because we just when did we see a teaser? Was it a couple months ago? We saw a teaser on this game. I think it was. Was it this year or last year? I don't remember pretty much correctly when it was. But at least now we actually have a date. They show a little bit of gameplay, which is another good thing. Another PlayStation game from PlayStation Studios being shown. Fantastic, good stuff. Now, did I like it? Cool. It was cool that, like I said, pretty much Returnal was like the sole shooter game. And so I'm really happy to see what comes with this one next, because Returnal didn't fare so well on sales, not only on PlayStation, also on PC, which I keep on saying, a lot of the times I tell my friends that I do not know why they haven't pushed Returnal to other consoles, which it should be pushed because, people need to see this game, grab this game, and get the word out there that it's here, and have a blast with it, right? They need to do that. So let's see. Let's see how this one goes. Let's see how this one sells. And yes, I'm pretty excited for it and happy they had a second game from the studios being announced and shown after a long ass time because we have seen the other State of Play showcases, the other PlayStation showcases, and they were not as good, on showing their studio stuff as this one. At least they got two out there. So let's keep going down the list. Now we have also the Battlefield 6 campaign reveal, which is fantastic. That they're showing more of the campaign to get people talking about it a little bit. Again, this game is about to come out in October 10th. So, hey, it's ready to go. It's looking good. We all know how well it's optimized on all these consoles, and that is thanks to the Series S. Hey! But either way, though, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So let's keep going. Neo 3 was given an official release date, which is going to be February 6, 2026. Cool. We're getting Neo 3. We already saw a leak going out there. We already knew that the date was pretty much that, but we just needed the showcase to confirm it 100%. So let me go in and let's see what Chaz is saying. Louis and chat, when you get a chance, take a look at the pics of the Wu Chang Feathers controller in the general Discord. Also, put a link to the unboxing video. Be kind. It's my first. Nah, what do you mean be kind? I'm gonna be ruthless. I'm gonna be furious and be like, "What are you doing?" No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'll be kind, man. Hell yeah, let's go. You know, unboxing videos are pretty fun. If you get the camera right and everything, it's pretty fun stuff. It's pretty fun stuff. I got the same control, says Ian. I kind of agree. Forza Horizon 6 tease was great, but why just a tease? And on not gameplay would have been great. Hmm. When people were talking about the Forza Horizon tease, well, you know what? We'll leave that for later. We'll leave that for later, right? Because I have to say a couple things of the Xbox showcase. What was the last gaming show before the game rewards, Louis? I don't know. Usually they I don't know, but for Xbox, I think that's it. I think this is the last showcase on Xbox. I don't know. They do have another one, but let's see. Let's see what comes into time. Because look, at the end of the day, though, oh my god, I'll wait. I'll wait. Let me just wait for this. Let me just finish this play showcase and then move on to it. So, Neo 3, you have a date. Zero Parades for Dead Spies, the new spy fantasy from Disco Asylum, which is cool stuff that was shown on the showcase, and it will be out on PS5 in 2026. Final Fantasy Tactics. Good thing, Final Fantasy Tactics is back, but we already seen, I think, didn't we see this trailer a couple months ago or something that it was shown that Final Fantasy Tactics is going to be back? So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we see something about that, and the release date is September 30th, which is nice. Crimson Desert will tell Kip's journey to reunite the Greymans next March. So Crimson Desert, now we have a date also. It's going to be released in that March 29th, 2026. I think they did have a release date, but they actually extended it. I think it was. Yeah, they did have a release date. I kind of forgot because there's so many games out there, you forget things. It's hard to keep up and catch up. So I don't know why, but I have a feeling like they did like a little bit of a downgrade on this game. I don't know why. I have to check out the old trailers and check out this new one, to see if there has been a little bit of a downgrade, just to check up on things. Because really, I don't know why I feel like there's been like a teensy, itsy, bitsy downgrade to it. Kind of weird that I'm seeing that. I'm feeling that. So Chronoscript, the intelligence of the editor trapped in manuscript the endless of time. So also this one will be released in 2026. This is another indie game, which is pretty cool. Cold Vein 2 helped kick off 2026. So we have Cold Vein also coming out in January 30, 2026, which is fantastic for those Cold Vein fans. We saw the PlayStation Plus catalog, and of course, they could not leave out. They could not leave out The Last of Us 2. They had to talk about it again. This is like the 25th time to talk about Last of Us 2. I mean, seriously. Come on. As if it wasn't that enough, The Last of Us 2 and its remastered version will be also joining the catalog this month. How are you guys cheering for this? I mean, The Last of Us Part 2 has gotten so many things leaked out. It's insane. The chronological order. Now we got to play like this. Now you got to play like that. I mean, seriously, I don't know how. You're going to get the fans tired of this shit. No joke. So, and this is something that was shown. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is headed to the PlayStation 5. It's going to be interesting to see how the game runs over there. Because this game is one of the most beautiful games I've seen. One of the most fantastic, one of those fantastic chill out games, to get on a plane, enjoy, watch the scenery, fly around, trying not to crash. Because me, I need to buy the joysticks because with the controller, though, it sucks. But yeah, I mean, good stuff that they're putting over there. And not only that, it also has VR2 support. So hey, they're gonna be pretty fun. So this is part two of the showcase streams. Yeah, we're gonna right now what we're doing is David Cohen, we're looking down the games, what we liked, what we enjoy, from the showcases. Because look, at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning of the show, we gotta talk about the great stuff the showcases show, like the great games they show. We got to talk about the bad things about the showcase and the ugly. So, Louis, the Wolverine mocap face was bad. The face features and teeth and mix of gameplay and cutscene. Where's the gameplay? it wasn't moment to moment gameplay more than like scripted. Yeah, because they prepared this, but at least the game is actually looking in a healthy state the way it was when the leak happened. But now we know where is it at, and of course we're gonna see later on down the road because they like to do that PlayStation showcase where they put you like 10 minutes of you watching gameplay of the game, how good it looks and all that stuff. So they actually give us like a couple more things of this game, which is a good thing. So yeah, let's keep moving on up. Um, Another thing that's good news for them is that Gran Turismo celebrates 100 million units sold, and Gran Turismo 7 gets a new update. Nice for those Gran Turismo fans. Sonic Racing Crossroads is getting a Mega Man content in 2026. Good stuff for you fans of Mega Man. Now we're getting Mega Man in Sonic Racing. Yay! This one has me intrigued, and his Deus Ex Remastered is out early next year. Thank you. This game needed to come back. It's one of those games that needed to come back, but I don't know. It's kind of like way too much of the remastered version, like way too much of the original. And this game is really old. When did this game came out? The first one was it like in the early 1990s, early 2000s. I don't remember. Very first Deus Ex. Jesus, 2000. Yeah, 2000, the early 2000s. So, yeah, kind of graphically, it looks like, yeah. But at least it's maintained more to the original, which is a good thing. But, you could have done something different. Because I'll be honest with you, I like a lot how what's it called? The Elder Scrolls Oblivion looks like. I mean, that looks like it's been remade. But yeah. Oh, no, that can't be $300. Are you serious? Louis Mumbles are saying that the PlayStation PC auto speakers are 300 USD. That's insane. I thought the state of play was better than the Xbox showed this time, and still no pre-order Rock Ally price info. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, bro boy. I'm gonna get to that because, like I said, you're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But yeah, I agree with you on the PlayStation Showcase. I mean, look, let me finish up. So now this one, y'all know me, right? We have a date for Halloween game. We saw some gameplay. I pretty much knew it was going to be like that because, of course, we already know how Phonic and Gun work, right? But hell yeah, I am excited for this one. Fuck yeah, let's go Halloween, September 8th, 2026. Phonic and Gun, you guys are kicking ass this shit, making games. Seriously, you guys are kicking ass. No joke. Happy for you guys about this. That you're bringing this game right now because it's kind of hilarious. When we were kids, right? We had a Halloween game, but it was an Atari. That shit was nah. That was a bad game. And also, because here's the thing though, Friday the 13th, the game, right? That horror game from back in the NES days, it wasn't that bad. The thing is, it was made by LJN. And LJN does things backwards. If you went right, it was left. And if you went left, it was right. I don't understand LJN. Why do you guys always... LJN, oh my god. And they also made the Freddy Krueger franchise. So one thing is that I hope and pray and cross my fingers is these guys sit down since they made the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Gun did. Since they sat down and made the Friday 13 game, which I know there's something that went around that's being remade again or it's being, rebooted, which is a good thing because, what happened to the last one? You're like, no! I was so mad that game got canned because of lawsuits. I wanted to have Jason X in there. Hell yeah. I wanted to see that. It would have been pretty cool. So I want to see if they can make a Nightmare on Elm Street game and bring in Robert Englund to do Freddy. Hell yeah, let's go. So let's keep going. So we have survival action roguelike. Let's Let It Die. Inferno will make its way to PS5 before the end of 2025. That's a cool one too. That's coming out to PS5. Dynasty Warriors 3. Here's one thing about Dynasty Warriors. I'm not kidding you. Dynasty Warriors has like 1,300 titles. I ain't kidding you. I don't know how the hell this game comes out. Like, not only every single year, I think it's every single month they got a new Dynasty Warriors game out there. I'm not kidding you. I do not know how many games of this one is out there, but damn. Damn, it's a lot. Jesus. This is another one. The Last Epoch or Reboss is exciting new expansion will launch alongside the base game for the PS5 for the first time. Cool stuff. The Suddenly Deadly Sins, Orange tells an original story of the world beloved manga and anime. No. Why did you have to put this in the showcase? I said no, no, no. So this game is launching in 2026, and the last one is going to be launching. I think it did not have a date. No, I think it did not have a date. This one still has not have a date, but this one is launching in January 2026. And let's keep going. But again, why this? No, this was pretty cool. I mean, look, for those guys who like speakers, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that PlayStation is actually working on PC hardware because hey, I'll be honest with you, for their sound systems, they're pretty good. I like Sony sound systems; they're pretty great. I mean, still to this day, Sony and their sound systems are awesome, and I'm really happy to see these speakers. And I'm seriously, if they're in a really good price, if they're on a really good price, I will actually go ahead and purchase them, test them out, because I have a TV in another room that needs a sound bar. So these speakers actually do work so well, and the sound is perfectly clear, and it actually blows the room out, blows like the sound blows the room out of proportion. Then I'll say, okay, let me pick those up for the TV room. Now this is a nice thing, they actually did. This is a nice thing they actually did. So yeah, pretty much this was the PlayStation Showcase. This is all they showed, which if I give it a rating, right? If I give it a rating, I'm gonna go to the bad side, right? We're gonna start giving ratings and stuff like that. If I give it a rating for a first party showcase, I give it a 7 out of 10 for a first party showcase because at the end of the day, for the third party showcase, sorry, third party showcase, I give it a 7 out of 10 because they showed a lot of third party games. Cool, fantastic, right? Good stuff of games that are coming to the PS5. Really happy to see Halloween being showed up. Really happy to see gameplay of Halloween, and super happy that they actually have a date for Halloween. Also, the speakers, that God of War controller. No, I mean that should have just been. Wait, what? $85 for that shit? Ah, hell no. I mean, shit, I can draw that thing on my controller. Ah, man. See, that's the point where you overcharge too much. I'm not kidding you. Lord, I need to dust off this controller. But yeah, yeah, it's good. I haven't used it for all, so I need to clean this controller. So basically, you grab a PS5 controller. All you got to do is zigzag the line over here, zigzag the line over there. That's all you got to do. And color this white, and you got the God of War controller. Wow. $85 where you can buy some paint and do it yourself. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. I don't. Hmm. And another thing, this right here. I know it's a video game showcase and everything, but even though you guys announced the speakers, it feels like you guys are working on computer components and stuff like that. Why don't you all do like a component showcase and just focus on those components, like the speakers, the technology you guys are doing, the monitors you guys are going to show, the keyboards and mouse, whatever you guys are planning on doing. You should have done like a simple 25-minute showcase on the things like this hardware you're going to sell. It would have been much more simple than putting it here on a game showcase. And not only that, that also was the space taken for more games from your first party titles, which, like I said, I'm going to the bad, right? As a first party showcase, which is something they were supposed to show more first party games, I give it a 5 out of 10. Wolverine was shown, cool, and Saros was shown. Both games look great, of course, but at the end of the day, where the fuck is the rest? I'm not kidding you. I mean, it would have been cool if you guys would have said, here's the teaser of Last of Us 3. Oh, here's the teaser of the next God of War. Or just like Xbox did with Forza. You guys would have done a teaser. This show would have been great for the first party content. But you guys don't have shit. Now I'm at the ugly. You guys don't have shit for now. Two games for next year. Part of your announced, Intergalactic and something else for the very next year for 2027. But at the end of the day, though, not a good look. No, no, no. I'm sorry. You guys had a good chance right now to get the fans happy, which a lot of them are out there. Yay, Wolverine! Nah, I'm sorry. You guys should have done more when it comes to first party titles. Seriously, you guys should have done more. Not kidding you. You guys should have done more. Just like Xbox did today with the Forza Horizon 6. But all right, cool. The Brook Boilers with a bit of an awesome $2 super chat. He says, "You see Ninja getting 4 controllers in Xbox Lab? Yes, I saw them. But we'll take a look at them after, while we watch the show. We'll take a look at them after I review these post showcase because we got a couple of things we got to talk about. So Yote comes out next week. Good. I'm happy that Yote comes out next week. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. The only thing that makes me sad about Yote is that shit. It's the same story as Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's a game I'm gonna play next year because of that. Not to disintegrate Yote, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm dissing Yote because it's the same thing as Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I can imagine they didn't call each other up and say, "Hey, what's your story gonna be about? Oh, my story's gonna be this. Oh, let me copy you." No, no, I'm just saying it's pretty much the same story, so I'll wait till next year to play. That's the only thing. Yeah, Jacob, I'll get the DM. Hold on, Jacob. Hold on, going over there. Hold on. But thanks though for that $2 amazing super chat, brother. Really appreciate it. So let's see. Share the post. Cross gen. I know. I saw that, Jacob. I was gonna mention that, no worries. But yeah, thank you for that, brother. But yes, cross gen for Forza Horizon 6. Like I said, I got a couple of things to say about the Xbox showcase, which I was like, okay, right. So moving on up, chat. Moving on up. I already gave you guys my review about the PlayStation Showcase, what's talked about and everything. But yeah, Jay Breezy with a bit of fun, awesome $2 super chat. He says Wolverine is just a Spider-Man reskin for the sheeps. Hey, now, I mean, he chops off legs and heads and arms. I mean, I saw some limbs flying around, which I was really happy about because I was kind of worried about the leak because there wasn't that much of limbs and everything flying around. But I'll be honest with you, they're chopping legs. So it's a Wolverine game if you see limbs and everything flying around. Because if there wasn't, and they would have done something like the Ghost of Tsushima thing, like, oh, you gotta press something, to get that power in order to chop off limbs, I would have been pissed off. Because Wolverine, you gotta chop off everything. Those claws are razor sharp. I mean, that shit cuts through iron. That shit cuts through concrete and everything. Why the hell not? I haven't cut off limbs. Shit. But like I said, for first party show, first party titles was they should have shown more. 5 out of 10. Third party showcase 7 out of 10. That's it. Now, let's jump into the Xbox One, which I woke up at 5:20 in the morning. Woke up, got out of bed, took a shower, punch, claws, blood. That's how it's gotta be. punch, claws, blood. That's how it's gotta be. Punch, claws, blood, man. I mean, we need that blood in the game. We need it. And another neat feature, the Leon guy is working on it. That's the guy from Spartacus. That's pretty cool. He's a pretty good actor, I liked him in Spartacus. Pretty cool. I was pretty good on their side, We gotta give him, tops. Louis Odd from OD from Kojima is supposed to be trilogy, and Wolverine is 2. It was leaked. Good. I hope so. It's Spider-Man with slightly changed mechanics. I mean, if it works, it works. The only thing now is that if Wolverine starts, webbing up in places, yeah, I don't know about that. If Wolverine like starts climbing buildings, with spider web or something, or like he No, no. So moving on up, chat, because we gotta talk about this one. Good God. Ugh. Woke up at 5:20 in the morning to watch this because, of course, it was in a good time. I said, I'm gonna wake up for this one, right? It's at 6 a.m. It's a good one right here to watch. Have some fun. But yes, guys, Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2025, everything else, including Forza Horizon 6. Say so, Tokyo Game Show. We all know how the Tokyo Game Show is. It's always been like that. It's always been, for what we've seen for the last, well, how much is it, 3 or 4 years they've been showing it. We've seen, that time and time again, they see that games were coming from the partners. Some people might like the games, some people might not. Like, for example, last year, I think it was Mana that was shown. A lot of people were super happy about Mana and a lot of stuff. But yeah, it was leaked to be called X-Men 2 and 3, not Wolverine 2 and 3. All right, cool stuff. Thank you for that, Jacob. So this year, though, this showcase was but all right. So let's start off with this again. For the 50th time, Ninja Gaiden was shown. Cool. I was happy. It's like this show had a lot of filler ups, but I do mean a lot because basically what took a lot of the show was this and other stuff. Let me go check the time of last year's showcase. Hold on. Let me check something. Oh, Tokyo Game Show 2024. Hold on. Let me check something out. Because last year's showcase, it felt like it was longer. I think so. I think it was better. But at the end of the day, though, damn, this one was. I felt like it was short, and it did have a lot of filler ups. I did feel that way. I don't know if you guys felt that way. Well, yeah, it's in the same time frame. Okay, so it's 51 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, so pretty much it was the same time frame. Okay, but for the last year's one, we had more games. That's true. We have more games, more stuff to see. So going down the list again, to fill her up with Ninja Gaiden 4. I don't know what else or what more are you guys going to show with Ninja Gaiden. It's ready to go. Throw it out there. It's ready to go. Shout outs to the 15 people here on the show right now. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also hit that bell. Go for it. Hit it, chat. Hit it. Hit that bell, guys. Go for it. No, Louis, even if it's called X-Men 2, due to Logan joining the X-Men, apparently it is a WTF title because why not stick to the title Wolverine? But isn't this one called Marvel's Wolverine, though? It's called Marvel's Wolverine, though, isn't it? I'm confused. You got me a little bit confused, though, Jacob. So, like I'm saying, filler up. Age of Mythology, Heavenly Spirit offers a new look ahead, which is a cool thing, giving you guys the culture of Japan and everything, putting it in Age of Mythology. That's a pretty sweet thing. Of course, like I said, I'm going to start talking about the good of what I saw about the good of these shows, then move on to the bad and the ugly, like I said. But it's another filler up, right? But at the end of the day, it's good that they added this to Age of Mythology, right? So, Call of Duty multiplayer maps, Japan set, awesome sweets. But I would have been happy if you guys would have shown gameplay in that map. It would have been more exciting, show us the map and add a little gameplay since you guys are doing filler ups on the show. Basically, the show was a lot of filler ups into it, like I said. But yeah. Oh, Lord. Fallout 76. So it's been a bit, that area I stood up and I had to go do something. This year, Fallout 76 has released a Go Within, which allowed players to play as ghosts on the first time, Gone Fishing, which introduced brand new fishing mechanics, and recently Camp Revamp, which added newfound flexibility to build tools in the game. Fallout 76 already made an appearance on the show to thank Japanese players for embracing each new update and even showed off some of the impressive Japanese made camps created so far. That's pretty nice, That's pretty nice from them. The famous, beautiful teaser. So nice. remember, Chet, what I told you about this? A couple, I think it was like 1 month ago or before. We were talking about Forza Horizon 6. I said I don't think they're gonna show something about Forza Horizon 6, but if they do, it's gonna be a teaser. It won't be that much because these guys are going to show more next year because already Phil Spencer said, well, we got Forza Horizon 6 coming. Some people was already, he mentioned it. But okay, Louis, supposedly from the leaked Insomnia Doc, Wolverine will be a trilogy going into the 2030s called Wolverine the Second Game, X-Men 2, and Third X-Men 3. That's just too weird for me. Wow. Why don't you just call it Wolverine 2, Wolverine 3? All right. Or Wolverine and I don't know, Wolverine and the Fall of the X-Men, or Wolverine and the yellow suit that got lost, or whatever. Just change the title. I don't know. Wolverine 2, the yellow suit that, I don't know, whatever. Just add something, but I don't know where those. So yeah, like I was saying though, they give you all a teaser. They give you all a teaser, and that's what I knew was gonna happen. So yeah, cool stuff on the teaser. Cool stuff. That we now know 100% that Forza Horizon 6 is the setting of Japan. Let's see how it goes. But what I really do hope about this game, and seriously, I really do hope, is that you have a rival. I don't hope it's not like the typical Forza Horizon 5 game, right? Louis, did you see Mikey Barr whining on X because are you serious? No, 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 no. You gotta send me that, Jesse James. You gotta send. I gotta see that shit. No, no, no. That can't be serious. Why is he whining about? So, like I was saying though, I hope it has a rivalry. So please, Horizon, have a rivalry because okay, I like the idea that you go there and you're at this place and there's a party going around and that you're racing, but you need a rival story, kind of like Need for Speed or Midnight Club. We need this on this one. This would be a good setting. Like for example, I love how the motorsport always starts. You start off, into getting into the place, the party place, whatever it's called. You're driving these cool cars, and you have all these neat cars at the very beginning, and then all of a sudden you have to go buy the simplest of car, and then you go get cash. It would be nice if you drive in that cool sports car or drift in the mountain. You get there, people are cheering for you, and all of a sudden they go ahead. The bad guy comes around and burns your car up. You're like, God damn it! I'm gonna come after you. Stuff like that. That's what they gotta do. Rudex, nobody's talking about Gran Turismo here. Why do you guys always gotta add stuff on this? We're talking about Gran Turismo. We're talking about Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon as an arcade game can kick Gran Turismo's butt, and it has. Let's keep going. So they need to change it to X Men Wolverine for it to make sense. I agree with you there. That's actually good. X Men Wolverine. Yeah, that's true though. That's true. So let's keep going because I make dollars. You make dollars, you don't send no dollars over here. We need some dollars here. Hey! So let's keep going. Again, like I was saying, this show had a lot of filler ups. Microsoft Flight Simulator, Japan World Update, and new local legends reveal. Cool stuff to see, how they added more culture into the game. Cool stuff that we get to see Mount Fuji. Cool stuff we get to see these places in Flight Simulator 2024. Nice part about them, good stuff. Ninja Gaiden 4 challenges you to become a master ninja. Again, fill her up. Let's keep going. More on James Bond. Teaser and everything, and they got Gemma Chen in there. And I even said, Gemma, would you marry me? Is she looking? Yeah. British actress Gemma Chan, Eternal's Crazy Rich Asians, the creator, makes Makes her video game debut as Selena 10, MI6 head of tactical simulation in 007 First Light. Selena 10 is a senior MI6 official who leads tactical simulations of program to train lead recruits, formerly a psychology and strategic academic turned immersive tech expert. She now applies scientific precision on the strategic inside of the British intelligence. Cool. You know? Cool. Yeah. Whoo. In 007 First Light, play as James Bond, a young resourceful. Okay, we already know about the James Bond 007 thing, so let's keep going. Amiibo meets even more creatures. Cool stuff announcing more stuff on Amiibo, which we saw a couple months ago. Double Dragon Revival versus deeper look into extra mode. Nice. This game is coming out soon, which I'm pretty excited about because I love these side beat 'em ups. They're pretty cool. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the HD remake, a brand new area, Ocean Floor revealed. Nice. Brand new area. Cool. For, showing you more about the game. But this one right here, this one, I'm going to rewatch it again because, hey, I need to see what's cooking behind this game. I am a big Fatal Frame fan, especially part two. I love Fatal Frame, the old Fatal Frames, because the new ones are like, okay, cool. This one's, this one is the beast of them all. And when I saw this in the Nintendo showcase, I said, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I love Fatal Frame and happy that it's coming back. And I want to see more into the details. So this was something sweet that was shown in the showcase. Seriously, that was pretty cool. Because what we got the first time was, what was it? A like a trailer to the game that we know was being remade. But this one, they went in depth and talked a little bit more about it. Super happy to see that they talked about it here in the Xbox Top Game Show. Another Gungrave game is revealed. Good stuff. Good things. It's going to be an Xbox Play Anywhere title like the rest of what was over here. Hitman World of Assassination, martial arts legend Bruce Lee joins Agent 47, a new mission. That was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome and fantastic to see Bruce Lee in the game kicking ass, doing what it's got to do. Yes, fan-fucking-tastic. Play for free September 25th and November 20th, 2025. Good stuff. Hotel Barcelona. That was a pretty. This scene. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that, Jacob. I did see that. And good, they should sue him. Because you can't. No. Even though it's a joke, but no, it's not a good look. So yeah, they have all the right to sue him. So yeah, that I actually give Nintendo right there for that one a way to go after them. Just either way though, it could be a joke or not. It's a serious situation out there, and no, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's still not a good thing. So yeah, let's keep going. Hotel Barcelona reviews. Okay, ready to talk about Hotel Barcelona. Miss Fall Hunter unveils the second map. That's pretty sweet. This is a good game. Good thing right there. That they showed a little bit more about this game because this game looks great. It looks fantastic. It's also another Xbox Play Anywhere title, which I find it kind of odd though, chat. And tell me if I'm wrong with this one. Tell me if I'm wrong with this one, right? That's there was not a lot of there was not a lot of Game Pass games shown on this one. Weird, huh? They didn't show us titles that are coming to Game Pass. And yet, a couple of days ago, they announced they signed with 150 partners, and now this one was like, there was only like one or two being shown that are coming to Game Pass because we all know Ninja Gaiden was coming there, but like these titles that were announced, like they weren't. Yeah, I just didn't understand. So we also got Monster Hunter Story, the whole series coming to Xbox for everyone who was out there. And there you go. See, chat, what did I say earlier today? I said this. I said, watch how media and the fans, PlayStation fans, go out there and say, well, Game Pass is in trouble because, they weren't showing that many games on Game Pass. I was right. Lou was always right, Lou knows. Kind of funny how Lou always gets things. I don't understand how. So we now have Monster Hunter Wilds. The whole story is it wait Monster Hunter Stories 3 available on Xbox Series X. Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 available on Series X, Xbox One. Which I remember a lot of people complain like, oh, this one's not coming to Xbox. Kids are skipping Xbox. No, let's see how this one fares out since now we know it's coming to Xbox. So this one right here, this one. If I am right with this one, I think it's wait. Oops, I went way up. So with this one right here, Evil Bane. Let me see if this is the one that's. Yeah, I think that was the one. Oh no, that's not the one. So this one, I liked how it was shown. I liked the action into it. So this one has me intrigued. A second trailer after fierce battles and hard-won victories. The heroes now face the ultimately enemy weapon to destroy the world. The trailer hints of relentless combat and new challenges ahead, promising epic moments and tragic action. So it's a player co-op action RPG where teamwork, skill customization, and intense boss battles will shape the fate of a shadow world that fight for humanity has begun. Good stuff. Good stuff. You will often find yourself correct if you sit there and talk to yourself, laugh out loud. Wow, Rudix, that was actually a mean jab right there, man. Why you have to be so mean? That was mean, man. That was mean. But I like this one here too. Rhythm Doctor. I'll say this again. Like I said earlier, hey, you're finally getting a PlayStation game. Just press one button and have fun. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, PlayStation game right there. Oh, PlayStation fans, don't come after me. But hey, pretty cool for an indie game. Let's see how much it's gonna cost, and yeah, we'll be able to play in Doctor on December 6th. Cool stuff. Romancing 2, Revenge of 7, out now for Xbox Series X and SMPC. Cool stuff. Which we have seen trailers already about this. Star Sen Island gets a first ever CG trailer. Cool. Is it coming to Game Pass? No. Okay. So at least it's a Play Anywhere title. And it's something that really intrigued me in the showcase that all these titles, I think except for this one, is going to be Play Anywhere. Where this one doesn't have it. But I think this one's only coming out for Xbox Series X and X and Xbox on PC. So that's a good thing though. I think this no, that's not the last one. Oh, this is the last one. I already saw this one a couple months ago, and this one is coming to Game Pass day one. Pretty cool stuff on that one. If people liked it, cool. But this one right here, though, this one, Thermal Brigade brings to the new verse to Xbox with Neon Genesis Evangelion crossover. Sweet, sweet. Toma Brigade invites the fans back from the new verse with a CG trailer featuring the Rocketeers defending the digital realm. The showcase teased a Neon Genesis Evangelion collaboration, giving fans a glimpse of the crossover content. The trailer concluded with the announcement of Terminal Brigade launching on the Xbox consoles for consoles and Xbox on PC, expanding the game to new platforms. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet that they're bringing Evangelion into the realm of games. That's pretty nice because hey, who did not watch that? I did. Now that I like it as much, it was okay. But happy to see that Evangelion, is getting some game time into it. And like I said, last but not least, it was this one, the rat, went to borrow a cozy woodland survival game debuts day trailer, which I told Big Money live on the air, this is better than GTA 6, and he got mad. I had to tease him, guys. I had to get him for that one because all he does is talk about GTA 6, and I told him this one was better. He got furious. But yeah, that was pretty much the Xbox showcase, what was shown. Like I said, now comes the bag. For a third party showcase, hmm, what do I think about the third party as a third party showcase and first party showcase? For first party, they showed again Ninja Gaiden, they showed again Flight Simulator, they showed it was a lot of follow ups. So seriously, for third party showcase, I give it a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 is the top I give. No, hold on. Yeah, 3 out of 10. I gotta be honest. It's a 3 out of 10. I really, as a third party showcase, I was expecting more to be shown. You know, and also you guys are promoting Game Pass as much as you can, and you guys have this Romance Saga that's a beloved RPG for a very long time. You guys have also, let's see what else was out there that they showed. Right. Gungrave, the last one that came out was on Game Pass. I don't know why this one didn't come up and be there. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 should have been, should have been into Game Pass, Oh Lord. Now talk about it in general though. Because look, like I said, the great stuff was the games that were shown, and I really said the things that I liked about it. But Dragon Quest, I'm happy for Dragon Quest that's coming out, but we already saw this, Rudix. I'm talking about like in general, like they should have added more new stuff into the showcase, newer stuff. Pretty much they brought up a lot of filler ups, you know. And for first party though, too many filler ups. Too many filler ups. It was too damn much of filler ups for first party content. At least we got the Forza Horizon 6, teaser, which ups it up to to a 3-2, which is a 3 out of 10 for me too. Because again, it was a lot of filler ups. And what would have made the show better, what would have been a big save, now I'm gonna go into the ugly. Like I said, lots of filler ups. I did not like this showcase. You know? I did not like this one. Out of all the no trailer because the okay, cool. Uh, out of all the Tokyo game shows, right? I did not like this one. For me, was the worst one. Seriously, I did not like this one. I just didn't. I just didn't really like. Sat there and I was like, oh, okay, wow, this blew me out the way. For example, the Forza Horizon tease was pretty cool, which I know that was going to happen. Nice, sweet. We all know now that that game is coming out for Xbox first and down the road for PlayStation. Cool, sweet. Which is the way you got to do it because hey, you know if you launch these things day one, the Xbox fans might go in an uproar, which I don't blame them. They probably would. Do what PlayStation is doing. Hey, first over here, then down the road over there. Do the same thing. It's cool. Have exclusive, a time exclusive over here. Once you top that, send it over there. Cool, perfect. That's the way you gotta do it. Time exclusives. You don't have to have exclusives forever. Do it time, right? Um, the worst thing I saw in the showcase was they go out there, talk about the Rogue Ally, mention the Rogue Ally. Thank you, camera, for zooming in. Mention the Rogue Ally, talk a lot about it, yet where in the blue hell is the price of the Rogue Ally? Literally, the Rogue Ally X, right? The Xbox Rogue Ally is like almost 3 weeks away. Not even three, I think it's two. Let's check now. It's October 16, right? October 16, so we have now 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks away. This thing comes out 3 weeks away, and we do not have a fucking price on it. Let you have Legion Even Gold 2 going out. Legion, what is it? Lenovo Legion Gold, whatever it's called, 2 coming out. And already people are spending their money on that. And even pre orders were stacked. I don't know how much they made, but at the end of the day, it's killing your momentum. You guys should have announced it in Gamescom, but you all didn't. You had to wait. And I was like, well, they're going to wait for the Tokyo Game Show. And still today, we don't know the price of this thing. Shit, what's going on over there? What kind of... It's that damn marketing team. No joke, that damn marketing team. They should have announced it. They should have announced the pricing. Of course, I know people are going to go out there, pre-order it once it gets announced. They're probably, hey, it's going to sell out, the pre-orders that they wouldn't, maintain the sales. But at the end, a lot of people that really wanted to buy, that were excited to buy, are like, did they announce it? No. Did they announce it? No. Well, I kind of lost interest. They're going to lose the interest. Come on, man. Get it out there. Move it. That was one of the most negative things I saw in the showcase. I was like, well, Cyberbound is coming out. She's talking, hey, hey, hey. No price. No pre-orders. Wow. Seriously. At least in the showcase, they would have said something. Yeah. They should have. Yeah. Like I said, I woke up early this morning, expecting, more cool stuff, more new things, but they pretty much showed a lot of filler ups. Hmm, insane. I said, yeah, we gotta do a showcase. Let's do a showcase. I understand you guys are the Tokyo Game Show to promote the Rock Ally. You're out there to promote that. But if you're gonna do a showcase, at least add two, three, four new games that people will get excited about, and be happy about. But don't be doing all these filler ups. Oh Lord, man. And like I said, compared to the last one that was shown and the other ones that was shown before, they were great. This one was okay. But the big mistake about this one is you guys did not announce the price again of the ROG Ally X, Xbox ROG Ally X, or the Xbox ROG Ally. When will it be? I don't know. Will it be tomorrow? I hope so. Will it be today? I don't know. Seriously, announce the damn thing. At least I'm pretty sure you guys should have announced it to get people excited to go for it and purchase this thing. But hey, it is what it is. What's up, Sin? How you doing? Good morning. What's up? What's up, man? What's up? Loya, you hovered over Rhythm Doctor and the site jumped up to Hitman Bruce Lee. Yeah, it did. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Just yes, passing the cartoony stuff. Asus ROG Xbox Ally. Thank you. Thank you. Let's just call it the Xbox ROG Ally. Period. Xbox ROG Ally. That's it. That's the name of the device, Xbox ROG Ally, even though they try to call it Asus. Damn, Xbox and those names, like the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox One S, Xbox Series S. A lot of people even got confused over those machines with those names. And I don't blame them. Oh, Lord. Again, the marketing team. Yeah. So, yeah, chat, like I was saying, though, those are my reviews of the showcases. But the most important thing is the games. The guys who were expecting Romance Saga, Monster Hunter Stories, all those cool games, hey, I'm happy for you guys. They're expecting it. That's, because the first time they showed it, oh, cool, happy about it. They showed those games. But again, this showcase was much more follow ups than anything else or what they're going to bring into the platform. But yeah. Got Pixel RPG games, yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is a nice thing. Look, I mean, like I said, they showed us cool stuff, but we already seen this stuff before. They should have added new stuff into it. A couple of things, would have been pretty cool. I would have said, well, they added new stuff, so it's nice. But here they had tons and tons of fill-ups. I think they had like only one new game announced or something. But other than that, it was more and 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 more fill-ups than anything else here, which is insane. But hey, hey, cool, cool. It is what it is. Oh no, 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 no. I mean, we that Michael Lax, that I agree with you 100% right there. I mean, we cannot talk about this year. I'm comparing it to what the showcase is. So the rest of the Tokyo Game shows, this was not a great one. The other ones were great. This was like, kind of like an thing. You know, I can't complain too much about the show. It was a letdown, sure, but can't deny had a great year of gaming. They can have a mid show here and there. Big L are not pronouncing prices though. Yeah, that's the biggest L of them all. That's the biggest complaint I have. Because seriously, you losing momentum. Come on, announce that sucker. Say at least for today, by the day it goes by, announce today. Hey, pre-orders are out. Let's go. Everybody would have been happy, oh, we didn't see the showcase, and at least that gives it a boost, or at least announce in the showcase. When everyone was should have said, hey, the Wax Launch Reality, this is the prices of them. That would have been a booster for the showcase. We would have been happy because we finally saw the price of it. Of course, I know some people out there in Twitter are gonna be like, then the device is too expensive. Yeah. They'll be like, well, $900 is too expensive. Oh, really? Then why people spend $1,100 on the Lenovo Legion Go? Because I know, listen, chat, I already predict and see the future on this. They're gonna say it's too expensive. Yeah, you'll see. Watch. But yet they go and buy a Legion Go, a Lenovo Legion Go for 1,100. That's something I don't understand because look, people complain about console price rises. They complain about a bunch of stuff, stuff like that, right? And yeah, but yet a device that comes out at 1,100 to play video games, you guys go ahead and buy it. Okay, I don't know what the complaining is about. And not only that, they had to cancel pre-orders because they already got filled. I don't know if they only made two or three at the end of the day, but hey, they had to cancel them. So the only one that's pretty excited for Monster Hunter Wilds pretty much is Jess Gordon. He says Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, and coming to Xbox Series X. Yay, he says. I think he's the only one who's excited about it. Oh, Lord, because he was the one who went out there and complained about it, but yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm going to hell. Oh, man. Oh, man. But yeah, next year's gonna be an interesting year. Like I said, we got Marvel's Wolverine coming out, Gears of War E-Day, Forza Horizon 6, Grand Theft Auto, Fable, which I really do hope Fable comes out next year. I don't know what else. What else? What else? What else? But yeah. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. But yeah, the PlayStation Showcase was better. Lou, are you having a show tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, if there's more news popping, I'll be here, man. I'll be here. I'll be here 100%. I already did a show this morning. It was about the showcase. We took a little break because, I went out, did a couple things I had to do here at home, real quick, before that I usually do before I start the show. So went out, did my couple things, and started the show at 8:45, which I was done. I was ready to go. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I had to do that. Take that little break. Give Me Dude says, tenemos que jugar Helldivers 2. Hell yeah, I've been playing on PlayStation and bought it on Steam. I like it more on PC. Yeah, I've been playing Helldivers 2, man. I've been playing on Xbox. I have already 4 days and 8 hours into it. I'm almost unlocking everything on the ship. Once I unlock everything on the ship, I'm just going to take a chill and just build easily, whatever is left off. But yeah, I'm almost got everything unlocked on the ship. So it's pretty nice, though. Just hoping Wolverine ain't in a common copy of. I mean, chat, when I sit and I look when I look at superhero games, right? Let me give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. Let's look at Batman Arkham versus Spider-Man. What's the difference? Superheroes the difference, right? Spider-Man swings across town, Batman flows. Spider-Man uses webs for gadgets. Batman has gadgets. The combat between Batman and Spider-Man is pretty much the same. You know, Wolverine. When you look at Wolverine X-Men Origins Wolverine from back in the day versus this one, you see him chopping off limbs and all this stuff. You see the same thing. So basically, as superhero, fighting style is pretty much all the same. It's pretty much all the same. Except that they have gadgets, stuff like that. They had to add it on. Wolverine has his claws. Wolverine doesn't use gadgets. Spider-Man has his webs. But like I said, if I sat down and compare one to the other, yeah, they're very different. Yeah, I know, Rudix. But when it comes to the fist and everything up close, it's pretty much the same combat styles. Like Spider-Man jumps around, fleets around. Batman is more to the ground, unless if you use Nightwing, which Nightwing pretty much does the same moves as Spider-Man. Kind of like that. I went for Wolverine, but I think the number one game I'm waiting for is Resident Evil Requiem. That's the thing, though. You know what? Give me, dude. Here's the thing, though. Like lately, it's happening to me too. Like for AAA titles, it's like I lost a little bit of the excitement, right? That I used to have for AAA titles. Now I'm more into and digging even more. Um, Digging into even more indie games. Right. You said Ghost of Tsushima and I said, no. I said the story behind Ghost of Yotei and Assassin's Creed Shadows is the same, isn't it? The same? Did you play Assassin's Creed Shadows? Didn't you see that? Pretty much a gang went in there, or not the gang. I mean, they combined with everything and killed her family, and she got revenge of them. That was basically it. And what is Ghost of Say about? Again, going in and killing her family. She's getting her revenge. So yeah, it's not the same thing, Rudes. God of War is not the same thing as Valhalla. Come on, man. Come on. I'm just saying it's pretty much the same story rhythm. That's it. I'm not slandering Yote because the thing is, if you say something, people might say, "Oh, you're slandering it." No, I'm not slandering it. No, 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 no. No. Now, something that interests me though is the budget. 60 million to make that game though. Hmm. 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 I need to see when that game comes out because a lot of people said it looks like the PS4 version, but let's see. Hmm. I had to throw in that slander, of course. So yeah, I mean, it's happening to me, but I'm more excited like indie games. Like look, Fatal Frame. I'm super excited about. When I saw Fatal Frame, I was like, yes, yes, Fatal Frame. Even though they showed Metroid Prime, I was excited for Fatal Frame. I said, yes, Fatal Frame. I saw Halloween. I was more excited for Halloween the game than Wolverine, and I like Wolverine. You know, he's a cool character, but I'm more excited for that one. A lot of copy and paste, yeah. A lot of copy and paste. Yeah. A lot of copy and paste. Because look, I'm not slandering Wolverine. I'm not destroying Wolverine. Not slandering him. You know, because look, I'm not slandering because again, I haven't played it for me to say, this game. No, no, no. But I'm talking about is in general when you see superhero games like the third person view, Batman, Batman, Spider Man, the X Men Origins Wolverine is pretty much kind of like the same combat. You insult games devs everywhere when you say it's a copy and paste game. I'm not insulting anyone, Rudigs. I'm just saying like copy and paste. Like the joke is that if you play a superhero game, you're pretty much doing combat pretty much is the same thing because pretty much it's the same basic combats. Like I said, you go in, you got a bunch of guys, you punch or hack and slash, which is cool. I like that combat. I like it, which is cool. But I'm just saying, like, for the people who are signed, there's going to be a copy paste of Spider Man. I'm like, not really, because this one has a lot of blood, and more guts and limbs fly out. So Spider Man, he doesn't break arms or anything, or limbs that fly off in Spider Man. I mean, that would be weird. Spider Man throwing limbs all over the place. Well, unless if he rips the arm off and beats people with it, that would be kind of interesting. But no, I think AAA games take too long to come out. It's like 7 years. Hype is almost dead. Yeah, because that's the thing though. They took a while with Wolverine though. But the thing was, remember one thing, Gimme Dude. I mean, the game was programmed, I think, to be released like in 23 or 24. But remember, they got what's it called? They got hacked, and when they got hacked, it went in there and did a lot of changes because basically that leak got a lot of people playing the game and finishing it up. I think there was people out there who finished the game, and then they started the whole rumor that Wolverine is different, yada yada yada, and all this stuff. But I don't know. I don't believe everything the same. No, it's not the same thing because there's a difference between when it comes to horror. When basically the same philosophy in horror, like it's a scary thing, but it's not the same thing because the gameplay is different. When I'm talking about like the action games, when it comes to superheroes, I mean, you sit down, you put Batman. Look, I played all the Batman series, and I don't know if you ever used Nightwing. When you use Nightwing, Nightwing does a lot of flips, like he's in a circus, kind of like what Spider-Man does, and it was a fun combat. Again, I am not dissing anything. You guys are taking it too personal, for God's sakes. I just don't want to play the same Spider-Man recipe. Just hope Wolverine has his own identity. It will. Wolverine, look, let me tell you something. The most important thing in a Wolverine game, the most important thing in a Wolverine game is, especially since we play Origins, which really pumped it up for Wolverine, is that limbs fly off. That's the most important thing in the Wolverine game. Limbs fly off, claws goes in. That's the most important thing. Now, if they didn't have that, you would have been like, huh? No. That's the most important thing. Now, if we saw that, we happy because that's how Wolverine games should be. For ponies are begging for. I'm happy we're getting Forza Horizon 6, and it's crazy. Many PS fanboys begging for a laugh out loud because it's a good game. That's the funny part. It's a good game. It's a good game to have fun with your friends. It's a good game to tag team together and just have races. We used to do Forza Fridays. Now ask me, did I finish the Forza Horizon 6 story? No. Forza Horizon 5 story? No. I didn't finish it. All I do, I played mostly online that game. Went into races, had fun. Wait a minute. Wait, Rodix. No, 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 no. Hold on, Rodix. Wait a minute. Give me a second, because hold on. I think you have something wrong with Wolverine there. Hold on. Okay, you're wrong then. I mean, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. I thought Wolverine was born in Australia though. But yeah, you're right. It was born in Alberta, Canada. There you go. Okay, good. You're right there. Robot limbs? Ah, no. But look, I gotta say something, Jesse James. I mean, look, I gotta say something. I did not know Wolverine was from Alberta. I thought he was Australian though. No, no, I'm being serious. I thought he was Australian. Seriously. I'm not the biggest Wolverine, like crazy Wolverine fan. If I was a crazy Wolverine fan, I'm like, yeah. You know? Nah, man. But Rhodes, you gotta agree he's the best Wolverine though. You gotta agree with me with that. He's the best Wolverine. Hands down, he's the best Wolverine. Yeah, you cannot deny that he is the best Wolverine. So I mean I've not seen anyone else pull the role, but yeah. So yeah, it's a good game. Like I said, first was a good game. So like I was saying what Matt was saying, Lo, here's the thing, you're facing Wolverine. Bro, if you're facing Wolverine, you gotta get some people with high tech gear in there to fight this beast. Remember, Wolverine has adamantium in him. I mean, shit, you gotta get some guys that can kick his ass. Because if you send a human in there with armor, Wolverine will cut him in half in 2 seconds, and no matter what armor they were, they would be cut off. So yeah, you gotta add something extra, to protect though. Henry Cavill though, I don't know. I don't know. Which he can make a cool Wolverine though, but I think he's too tall though. Gaming dude, you have not played Batman? Go play Batman, man. Look, I recommend all the Batmans. Batman Origins. The only thing I did not like about it was the fight with Deathstroke. It should have been better, but Batman the series is really fucking good. Play it, man. Play it. Take your. I'm not kidding you. Go ahead and play it. Super fun. Arkham City is awesome. Way awesome. I mean, Arkham City almost broke I almost broke my chair, my TV. I ain't kidding you. I won't say why. You gotta play it because everyone knows what happens in that game. That you're just walking around and something just out of nowhere, just boom, just pops up. That's the only thing I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell whatever it is because then you'll be ready for it. Play the game. It's really good. All three of them were great. All three of them. And the Arkham Knight, you got the Batmobile, and the side missions are fucking Look, it's just a good game. It's a really good game. It's a really good game, seriously. The combat, like I said, combining with Spider-Man is pretty much the same. Block, block, hit. Some guys, the big guys, you got to dodge or you got to fool them in order to get some combos in. But it's really cool. And I got to tell you something, and this is the truth. The best suit up of all Batman in all time is an Arkham Knight. No joke, man. No fucking joke. That is seriously when Batman puts on that armor in Arkham Knight. Oh, that gets you pumped. That Mac 3 armor. Oh shit, man! How cool! Everything just locks in. Oh man, that gets you pumped up. That's my favorite thing out there. So I know people were asking for Blade this morning. I was like, Blade, huh? No, not now. That game was announced. When was it? Last year, a year, or 2 years ago. It's still in the works, guys. You cannot be like, oh, Blade. No, no, it's not ready to be announced. No, I'm sorry. You cancel Battlefield 6 on PS5? Well, I gotta be. Well, if you got the regular PS5, I get it. But if you got the Pro, though, I mean, at least the game is 4K native to 60 a Pro. But we gotta wait till it launches to see if it's actually running 4K 60. But yeah, good thing though. Good thing they got it running there. Oh, we get Blade. I'm kind of worried. Why are you? Do you didn't? This game was announced. Hold on. Let me see. When was Blade announcement? I mean, I get you. Now we have to be worried about anything that's announced because lately, you don't. You're like, I don't know if it's coming out or not. I get it. I already talked about this, but at the end of the day, though, with everything that's coming out, you know, yeah. So the game was announced in 23. So 23, 24, 25. So it's 2 years in the making. We're probably gonna see something next year or in 27. Probably so. Probably so because remember this is a big AAA game. When it comes down to AAA games, it takes a lot of time and consumption to make these games. It does. It does. It's a AAA title. It's a AAA title. So yeah. Yeah. That's how it is, yeah. I think they will come out, but that's probably next generation. Because here's the thing, though, and let me tell you something, chat. I don't know if you're with me, but I want it to be next gen. I'm tired of this gen. I'm tired of this gen. I mean, seriously, I'm just dead tired about it. We're getting good games, it's good that they're releasing, but the thing is, the state of these games being released the way they are, I'm like, bro, come on. I mean, just this year alone, right? Bro, this is me. Oh, this is like a credit card. Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F. No, I'm gonna use my cell phone. Silent Hill F. I'm buying Silent Hill F. I'm gonna go get Silent Hill F. I'm ready to go get Silent Hill F, man. I go get it. And then this hand comes around and grabs my hand and says, wait, hold up. Don't go nuts. Wait, don't go nuts. And I have a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Why do I have a back and forth with this? Because my hand on this side is telling me, hey, Lou, wait till it comes out. Let's see how it runs. Let's see how it looks. And this side is telling me, yeah, go ahead and buy it. Game comes out. This hand was right. This hand was wrong. So now I'm like, oh, wait. We haven't gotten next gen, this gen. That's the thing, Malcolm X. I don't think we're going to get it. I don't think we're going to get it the way things are. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. Like I said, it's kind of tiring, though, that you're excited for a game, you're ready to want to play, and it's in a hot mess, and then you have to wait till it gets patched. Wait here for a while till it gets patched. On the good side, we have more games to play, but at the end, though, shit, you want to really play it, and you got to wait till it gets patched up. I feel like this year started with good titles, but no one plans to release their game around GTA 6, so we have a drought right now. I'll be honest with you, this year alone there has been great game releases this year. No joke. I mean, there has been great game releases. Now, what I don't agree on is the quality of these games being released. Top of the morning, Louis. Pony Defense Force is out there finally showing us a good few games. Said play good job, Sony. That's what they do, man. I mean, look, in a way, I'm kind of happy they got something to talk about, but they should have had more. That was my complaint on PlayStation Showcase. They should have had more, especially from the studios. That was my number one complaint. But they actually did have a pretty good showcase. I can't be like, it was awful. No, they had a decent one. There are some games I'm going to buy full price. Too many games coming out broken. That's the main problem this gen. It's tiring. And, the more you try to go out there and talk about it, it's like, Not only that, like the excitement of this gen is slowly fading because look, we have right, Mike Johnson. We have like always, it can have the worst state of play. You still will say it's a 10 out of 10, Mike Johnson. We know how you are. So like I was saying, it's seriously like this gen is slowly fading away. Everybody's looking more at numbers. Everybody's looking at, oh yeah, this sold well, this sold this. Oh, we made a lot of money over here. But at the end, they're not coming out and stating out the truth. It's like how messy it is, right? How messy it is with the games that are coming out, the issues that they're having, the problems that are going on. Like, for example, Borderlands 4. Fuck, after 40 minutes of you playing, the game goes downgrade mode. Wow. But it's okay if the game comes out broken on Game Pass. Ah, no, Mike Johnson. Oh Lord. The problem is, Mike Johnson, it's not coming out broken for Game Pass. It's coming out broken for everywhere. That's the problem, man. Doesn't matter if it goes to Game Pass or not. It's coming out broken everywhere. That's the main problem. We'll see how this ran running on PS5 Pro. Borderlands 4 has no performance issues on GeForce Now. Just a heads up. There you go. Listen to Rudix. And why should you listen to Rudix about GeForce Now? Because this man is an ambassador. And man, if he's talking about it, he knows about it, and he's using it, and he's telling you about it. Great place to play Borderlands 4. There you go. Now listen to because he's playing it over there. But that's the thing, though. Like, DDA Dynagy, it runs like shit every fucking where, except on PC. That's the problem. That's the problem. Because I cannot be like, oh, PS5 Pro. I cannot be on the slander for PS5 Pro, right? And go this on the PS5 Pro when pretty much everywhere is a problem. Same thing with Borderlands 4. Same thing with Metal Gear Solid Delta. Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye. Another great example right there, how messy a game can come out. Holy smokes. And I gotta say something though. And I don't know what's going on with these companies, right? Like for example, Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and I'm gonna throw some slander in there. They seriously need to have a pushback for the devs. All of them do. It's like, hey, you're releasing a game, no problem, bring it over here. But hey, the game is kind of broken, no problem. We have a limited time release it, like Lost Souls Aside, for example. Lost Souls Aside looks like is a great game, right? Nobody's blaming no damn PS4 Pro. Where do you come up with that damn idea? Shit. But like I'm saying though, right? Now I lost my train of thought. Shit. Help me out. Where was I? As answer to Mike Johnson, lost my train of thought now. I feel like people should just wait for discount price to buy these games, and then for next generation, they're going to charge us $80. I guarantee it. Oh, oh, oh! Let them, let them, let them charge it. Let them charge it. Let them charge it. I hope they do. There you go. Thank you for this. Let's talk about Lost Souls Aside, right? Okay, that's a great example. Lost Souls Aside is a game. Thank you for bringing me back, Rudix. Thank you. Lost Souls Aside, right, is a game that seriously, when you look at the trailer, like, hey, it looks cool. It looks like a cool game. Came out, fucking mess. It's like I sit here and I lay back. I'm like, yo, PlayStation, why don't you have a pushback, right? And it's like these companies are not having this pushback with these devs. They should have a pushback and say, hey, listen, yo, the quality that you're bringing over here is not looking good. You guys need to fix it. You guys need help here. Let me help you out to get the game more optimized for this console. How can you release a game like that, especially a game that's going to be locked in PlayStation, locked in on PC? I mean, by the time you release it, I don't know what happened with Final Fantasy 16, which it released on Xbox. People are like, well, this game is broken, and it still is broken till this day. You go haven't fixed this shit. Come on. Yeah, no. Let's correct this, the energy. Let's correct this. They blame the Series S. They blame it. But the funny story behind the Series S is, even though there's a parity between the Series S and the Series X, they say Series S is pulling back the generation. Wow. It is, huh? It is, huh? It's really holding it back. But here's what's funny, though. Because those devs, Grab that console. I'm gonna use this beast right here because it's still next to me. The PS5, right? The devs sat there, grabbed this console. Let's say this is a Series S. They sat there, start to program on the computer, try to get the game inside the console. Like, man, this is a headache. This is a headache. This is a headache. I can't believe it's still hard, man. 6 months, 12 months. It took me 6 to 12 months. Finally get the game over here. But all of a sudden, right? They see by working so hard on this console, right? Working so hard on this console, it helped it optimize for this one, this baby right here, for that baby over there, the Series X, and for the beloved PS5 Pro that y'all cheer for. It helped it optimize and made the game better. You know what that tells me, chat? Simple. Simple. You need to get the butt up and start working more. That's all it tells me. Seriously. And it's not like I'm cheering for the Series S. It's not that I'm cheering for it, right? But it tells me they need to work more on these consoles to get the games better optimized out there. Because let me tell you something. Compared to Battlefield 2042, this open beta kicked ass. Because when I played the open beta of 2042, I remember, oh look, Wonder Woman airplane from the 80s. Two guys flying, but there's no plane. Huh. I mean, bro, simple, easy. Get them to work. And here's the thing, though, and I'm going to tell you, PlayStation fans, this because I saw you guys out there say this. And I was like, you guys do not understand what you guys are saying because you console war. But at the end of the day, you guys do not understand the meaning behind it. And let me tell you something with what you said. You guys said this. Well, the Series S may not work too much. And then the budget goes up and it's terrible for us. Bro, shut the hell up. Let them work. Because that's the thing that is missing out here right now. I mean, if you're all not convinced about what's happening this generation, everything that's coming out, because look, let me tell you all something. I got a PS5 box over there. It says 4K 60 on it. I have a Series X over here that says 4K 60 on it. It says 8K and all that shit on it too. Same as the PS5 box too. It says it. And yet you're complaining that the devs have to work too much and budget goes up. That's their problem. What I really want is when I go out there, like, look, even Gaming News said it right here. Let's read it again. I feel like people should wait for a discount price to buy these games. And then for next generation, they're going to charge us $80. I guarantee it. And yet you have Sean Layden going out there, sitting here. Well, I don't got my sweet Lamborghini like I had it back in the day. Like it was in the 2000s. All of us had sports cars. Really? Now it is not the same because the profit is not the same. Oh, really? Huh. But wait a minute, you guys releasing and the best part was that he said that games should be 80 and 90. Wow. With the way they're releasing it, good luck. Shit. The Series S is holding the gaming back while Sony still manufacturing because, hey, Jacob Novak bought it into light. And here's the funny part, which I agree with these guys over there because let me tell you all something, right? And I'm being serious about this. Serious about this, right? He just says, Rudix, I wouldn't say that because it's coming to Series S. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. So, and I'm serious about what I'm going to say about this right here, right now, right? Why do you still think when you saw the Forza Horizon 6 trailer, it showed us that it's going to be for Xbox One X enhancements. They told us it's going to be Xbox One enhancements. Why do you think they keep releasing games for the Xbox One? Why do you think that, chat? Why do you think right now, on this day and age, we have PS4 players and Xbox One, and we have Call of Duty jumping over there? Right now in 2025, jumping over there. What do you think we have that for? Why? I'll tell you why. Because those guys over there don't want to make the jump because they're seeing this gen as one of the worst gens that ever existed. Because these developers are releasing games unoptimized. Back last gen, I'm telling you this, pretty much 95% of the games were 1080 60 on a dot. This gen is, we're going to release a 4K with AI upscaling and all this shit. And the game comes out, common 2K, common 2K. It upscales, yay. Okay, but common 2K. Huh? What the hell are we doing out here? And not only that, $70. Wow. I remember when this gen started. Well, Sony tells us to pay the $10 upgrade to get quality. You have to pay for your quality, pay for quality, pay for quality, pay for quality. When Xbox, has the thing that upgrades it for free, you guys pay this $10. Yeah, good job, Sony. Now Nintendo's doing it, and who knows, next gen Xbox gonna start doing it too, because that's how these companies are. They're greedy as fuck. I don't know. They might. Hell, why not? PlayStation does it, Nintendo does it. Let's do it too. Because that's the thing. A lot of these supposed truthful Xbox fans don't appreciate what Xbox does. They don't. Which I'm happy that they do it for us. I'm happy that you buy a game and it's free when it upgrades, I don't have to pay $10. I don't no nothing. Shit. That's how it is, chat. That's how it is. We're in an area right now in the world that you see these games, studio shutdowns and everything, but you guys are not even putting up the work like you're supposed to. So if you're saying a game confirmed for a console, cancel its release, welcome to the Xbox Series GTA 6 future. So you're saying a game confirmed for a console, canceled its release. What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you're saying with that one, Rudiggs. I got lost there for a moment. But yeah, Ian, I believe they're the ones holding the generation because it's like yesterday I saw a comment on my YouTube feed, right? So I always say this. I don't know why people do not read. I have a problem with readings pretty much, right? The show was about the PS5 Pro, and next to it is saying, are they being ripped off? And it has a question mark. It has a big old question mark next to it. And what we read about was the games that are not optimized for the PS5 Pro, and that a lot of games out there, because look, it's like, okay, here, I bought the Series X, I bought the PlayStation 5. So what do I expect the games to be enhanced for the Series X and the Series and the PS5? I don't want to be the guy out there asking, hey, is this game going to be enhanced for Series X and PS5? Then why did you buy it? You got to wait for them to enhance it? Same thing with the PS5 Pro. I mean, you bought the PS5 Pro expecting for them to go out there and say, hey, enhance this over here. Yet, let's say like 150 games are PS5 Pro enhanced, yet the other 750 or 850 are not? Wow. So basically, the article's saying like, shit, you guys came out with this console with PS5 Pro enhanced, and damn, it's not like that. It's not like that. Not all the games are PS5 Pro enhanced. So they're being ripped off with this idea? Hell yeah. I see it. You too, Rudex. Have a good day, brother. Switch to Canara. Let me tell you something about that. Now, here's the thing, though. That's a dev problem right there. They didn't get it running. That's their problem. Now, they're going to lose money on that because by the time it comes around, it doesn't happen. And the funny thing is, these PS5 Pro fellas come around and try to flaunt us with the PS5 Pro, telling us it's the best thing out there. And I always say this, and I tell this all the time. How is it the best when you're literally playing on the resolution in 2K? It might hold the frames, it might run frames at 120, but you're playing still in 2K. The way we're playing over here, what's the fucking difference? Oh, the frames hold up. Oh wow, cool. Oh shit. It's like now, and that's the thing I complain a lot about more. Like these companies need to have that pushback with the devs and some look. You gotta use the tools, use them. These consoles have tools. These consoles have tech. Use them. Use them. They gotta have that back and forth. It's only the beginning of Switch 2, and they're already running into these problems. Again, it's a dev problem because here's the thing, though. Remember when they say the Series S was holding back games these days? Remember when they said that? The dev is the one who's holding back the games this gen. It's not the Series S. It's not the Nintendo Switch. It's not none of these. They always look for the but so they can find that excuse to pin down everything on a company. Give me a second, chat. Dígame, papi. Todo bien. Sí, Amelio, yo se lo mandé. Yo lo voy a llamar un rato. Sí, no, yo se lo mandé, yo se lo mandé. Yo lo voy a llamar ahorita a ver qué piensa. Yo voy a ver qué piensa. Sí, claro, eso es lo que él va a hacer. Ya lo mandé. No, no me ha llamado. Pero tú no venías para acá ahorita, yo estoy esperando a ti. Ah, no, está bien, no. Yo sé que tú vas para tu gimnasio. Tú quieres después de la 1:30 tú vienes para acá. Y así te enseño cómo la maleta funciona y todo lo otro. Sí. Ok, está bien. Así lo hacemos. Ok. Ok, hablamos ahorita. Ok, bye bye. Bye. Yeah, sorry, chat. It's my father that calls, and if father calls, you got to pick up because you have to check if everything's okay. Old man, you got to check if everything's okay because if he calls and says I have a problem, I got a jet. I got to say, hey, chat, got to go by. Find the show right away. But yeah, that's my number one complaint, though, Chad. I mean, out there, we cannot pinpoint blame on the console. We cannot pinpoint blame on this. The main problem is right here is that we're seeing that levs are slacking off using these consoles. The Pro is the best console ever. You're not a real gamer if you don't spend 800 for it. Just kidding, laugh out loud. Which is true because that's what they try to push you with all this stuff. You never answer family. Okay, I guess no. When my father calls, it's because my father lives alone though. He's almost 70 years old and he lives alone. So yeah, I have to pick up the phone. Yeah, it's not like my mom. She doesn't live alone, But yeah, my father gotta pick up the phone right away. So yeah, they're relying on AI upskilling. It's very sad times. Yeah, it's like they rely on everything. And one thing that really made them slack off a lot is that shit. Now you got online to patch things up. Even if it's because the devs aren't able to make it run on the Switch, it's still Nintendo's problem. But listen, it's a problem that they need to work out. But again, like I'm saying, the devs need to work more because look, Ian. The funny thing is, the game comes out. Borderlands 4. It's a game everybody was waiting. A lot of people were waiting for this game and everything. Look how much it sold, but yet the game is not even running good on these consoles and PC too. Because remember, Randy Pitchford came out there and talked to the PC guys saying, well, it's your PC the problem. Instead of admitting, hey, it's our problem. It's our problem. But Ian, if it's not running one of these consoles, shit, then the Switch can run that thing and throw it out there. No joke. Because it's not even running one of these consoles. I remember Digital finally talking like after 40 minutes you're playing the game, it starts to downgrade, downgrade, downgrade. The PC guys having these issues, Randy Pitchford was like, hey, even guys, I don't know what graphic card they had, but it probably had a mighty powerful graphic card. It's like, oh, it's your graphic card. It's that. Man, you telling me I spent $1,000 on this shit? Hmm. But in fairness, seeing the Xbox raise their prices was Sony, right? Were they right for selling the Pro at that price point? No. I mean, the only Safo, I always said this. The only way I'm convinced the PS5 Pro is at $700 is if they add the stand, if they add like another extra feature. But they didn't even add the stand. This is a premium. It's something I haven't complained about. Man. You guys went out there to buy a premium console with jack shit. The disc drive is understandable, right? It's the disc drive. It's understandable. I get it. It's understandable because look, I just love how they go out there and say, well, you know, the price between the Series X to terabyte and the Switch, the Series X is more expensive. I'm like, how is it more expensive? Let's do the add-ons. You have a PS5 Pro that's digital, doesn't have nothing but a little toothpick stand. That's all it has. Okay, let's now add the stand that's 30. Now we're at 780. Okay, because the Xbox Series X already has the stand beneath it and it has the CD into it. So now let's add the $80 CD into the PS5 Pro. How much it costs now? 800 and what now? Come on. I mean, if you're going to do the comparison, be fair. Now, digitally, there's a difference. So it was to put the hydrogen. You're terrible, man. That's a terrible thing to say. God. But that's what, Chad, I'm sorry if I went on a slander with this, but it's tiring. You know, it's tiring that we work hard to get our money and we want to get home and play and get on our console and enjoy our hobby with a lot of love. But they're making it hard for us to love our hobby by releasing these games the way they are released. It's terrible for the price it is. It's terrible. You know? That's what they're telling me and showing it to me. Like I said, I was ready to purchase Silent Hill F. And my arm said, hold on, Louis, don't buy this shit. That's what my arm told me. Don't buy it. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible stuff. Terrible, terrible stuff. But hey, it is what it is, Chad. It is what it is. Now we got to sit here and just, hey, it comes out. We'll do what we got to do. Like Gaming Dude said, hey, comes out. Okay, let's see how it runs. Oh, it's running like this. Okay, we'll wait for a discount. And if you're really excited for the game and then patch it up when it's in full price, you'll say, okay, I'll buy it. If you're happy with the state it's in. Or not, you just wait for the discount. Once you get the discount, you buy the game for cheap. And you're happy. It's like Insomnia 2. Why not? If it works, because look, remember Jacob 6, I was talking a little bit earlier about this. Like when you talk about like superhero combat, like for example, we were talking about Arkham Asylum, the combat versus Spider-Man, because I remember in Arkham Knight when you use what's his name, Nightwing is flips around a lot like Spider-Man does when he does the combat. So pretty much it looks like kind of like the same combat. I'm not saying they're using the same engine or the same features from the combat though, but it's pretty much it looks the same. Superhero goes in, beats up, one doesn't kill him, one just ties him up, or one knocks him out. That's what they do, right? Now Wolverine, the most important thing about the Wolverine game is, hey, they're cutting off limbs. That's important. If they did not cut off limbs, I would have been like, this is not a Wolverine game. I'm sorry. No, it's not. No. No. I mean, if it works for them, go for it. Use it. Now, if they didn't add the blood and the gore and the guts, get it out. I'd rather play Lego Batman than Wolverine. Hey, that Lego Batman, ooh, that one. Now that one is gonna be a fun one. I mean, you have all the Batmans in there. You have Batman from the old Batman '60s, moving on up to the new Batman that just came out. That's pretty sweet. I mean, I'm really happy with that game. I want to play that Lego Batman. It's open world. You get to use all the Batmobiles. That's awesome. That is awesome. So let's see what else is cooking out there on Twitter. Let's see if something new came out. Because I think I'm done with my slander today. It's done too much today. Sorry, chat. I just had a slander because it's frustrating. So let's see what's cooking. Let's see what's cooking. If the game is true to Wolverine, and the class will be able to cut anything and everything in the game, everything should be destructible to his claws. 100%. I mean, we just saw a little bit of cutscenes and everything. You know, a couple small features of gameplay, very small features of gameplay. So yeah, I mean, we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see. The next showcase will blow away ponies. I mean, I gotta tell you something, Street, let's Terry. I hope the 25th anniversary is way, 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 way more better than this year. Even though this year was fucking awesome, 100%. Xbox really killed it this year with their games and everything. They really did a good job. We cannot deny that. But next year, the 25th, they better kick more ass than they did this year because they need that. They need that, especially with those console prices going up like crazy. They really need to do that. Oof, push. Oh, Lord. Freddie Fox. That lady had the nerve to say she at first thought the claws, though the face was too much. But now she glad she. Yeah, I remember. Oh, Lord, Freddie Fox, you're right. You're right. I forgot about that. Wow. That was, I'll be honest with you, that was kind of like an out of proportion comment. I mean, seriously? That lady had the nerve to say that she at first thought the claws through the face was too much. That was the funniest thing I saw right there. But now she's glad it's in there. Like, what? Excuse me, do you know Wolverine, lady? That's what Wolverine does. Yes. I mean, Wolverine is supposed to be a beast, right? He's a beast of a character. He's a beast. I mean, when that guy got his animanium pulled out of him, he goes into beast mode. He even gets more aggressive than ever because all the pain he went through, it made him more crazier with his bone claws. I mean, he just went in there slack. Oh my God, he got worse. He got worse. So it's good, like what do you expect Wolverine? Oh, you like oh, so wait, so like oh yeah. So these are my Wolverine claws. Oh, let me go knock them out. Boop! I knock them out with my Wolverine claws right here. Like, yeah, like, mm. Yeah, you're dead. That's it. Like, yeah, my Wolverine claws are gonna be like Samurai X's sword. They just knock you out. Oh Lord, let's not make them sharp. Yeah. Oh Lord, yeah, she had the nerves with that one. Yeah, I remember that. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just too crazy. Oh Lord. So let's see now. What else? 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 I'm just checking out Twitter chat right now. I'm just going through down the screen, see what else we want to bring in real quick. Talk a little bit about before starting out because already just as today we already got 3 hours in. Already got 3 hours in today now. Time the show ends. I woke up really early, so I want to take like a little nap before I head out to work because I'm really tired. So let's see now. What is very well for them? Sport Cricket came in the door. Let me see. First game, Hard Crimes Cricket concerned about sales performance. Square Enix said it was falling below its lofty expectations. Yep. Players. Okay, let's read this chat. Let's read this one. Let's have fun with this one. Let's read this. Because, like I said, this is what happened this gen. People worry too much if it's sold, if it didn't, if it's going to die. We tend to stress a lot about this. Why don't we just talk about more on quality things than if it's sales or not? Because if the quality was good, it will sell even more. But lately, people, when they see a game like from Square, they'll be like, watch out. Square looking like Ubisoft out there. So, Warrior fans can rest easy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is doing very well on PS5 and PC. Oh, okay. On both. Okay, so let's see. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is both critically acclaimed and adored by fans, serving as a great follow-up of the first game of the remake trilogy. However, fans quickly became concerned about the game's sales performance when publisher Square Enix said it was falling below its notoriously lofty expectations. Players have been worried the let me see in the time since, but the title's director Naoki Hamaguchi has commented on the matter, aiming to allay any further concerns. Speaking to Automaton, here's what Hamaguchi when asked about Rebirth sales. The second entry, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, has been doing very well on PS5 and PC. I know some fans have expressed concerns, but please rest assured we're able to deliver proper high quality third installment. Okay? Yeah, they didn't give out the numbers, which is weird because the last Final Fantasy sold 7 million copies. So despite Square Enix's comments about sales, it would seem the game is doing just fine. Furthermore, Hamaguchi seems very confident in the third game and the Final Fantasy Remake series because it's coming out everywhere day one. Of course, we gotta be positive about that. Good thing. So development is going very well and the game is shaping up nicely. He says a lot of content is already playable and the game's direction and form are firmly set in place. Right now, the team is united about refining everything. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrated is being released on Xbox and Nintendo system in the near future, and Rebirth itself will follow suits, which will give it a further bump. There's no word on when we'll learn about game number three, but it will appear that everything is going smoothly and the fans need that fans need not to worry. I mean, I don't know why this article came out if you guys did not have the number though, but since they tend to worry about numbers, but yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, we all know the third one is coming because it was already announced. So I don't know why this was brought up, but okay. Okay. All right. I mean, cool. It's like what I say though is crazy things that people tend to worry about instead of worrying about the quality of the game. That's all we got to do, right, Chad? Worry about the quality more than if it's selling or not. So let's keep going. So, Will the Broke Boy talking about the Ninja Gaiden controller? Let's show it. I totally forgot about that. Let me remember that about this. Will the Broke Boy, let's talk about the Ninja Gaiden controller. And yeah, it looks cool, kind of. I think. Let me show it to you guys so you guys can see. I don't know what you guys. I want to hear what you guys think about this controller real quick. But it's interesting though. All right, here we go. So, real quick, let me switch it so you guys can see it. So, pretty much this is a controller, the Ninja Gaiden controller. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Huh. Weird. It looks alright. Well, that's basically the Ninja Gaiden controller that Will the Broker was talking about. I don't know if you guys like it. I don't know if you guys are going to purchase it. But yeah, I mean, I already got enough controllers at home. I won't be looking at that anytime soon, which is the truth. I mean, if you guys like to collect them, go for it. I don't know what the price is going to be on it. But yeah, we have to wait and see. So let me see. All right, so let's go back to this. Okay, let's keep going now. No, not just James. I'm not saying listen up yet. I'm just here, just talking a little bit, having a blast, like I always do. Just chilling and talking. Chilling and talking and hanging out. Oh, Lord. Oh, shit. New PlayStation 5 Pro model register CF57121. Ha ha. Oh Lord. Oh no, I can't believe the rest is your new model. Holy crap. This is not good. This is not good. What's coming out in the pro model? I don't know, but can't wait till those they dissect to see what's cooking behind that. Right, chat? Insane. Insane. What happened? Well, there's a new PS5 Pro model being registered, Safo. That's what happened. It's gonna be called the hold on. Usually, when they register a new model, that means that something's going to change inside the PS5 Pro. That's basically it. Because why would they want to need a new PS5 Pro? It says new PlayStation 5 Pro model register CFI 7121. So that you know what that means, right? They're gonna lower the heat sink or they're gonna change something inside it because people are going to dissect it. Let's see what it brings into the table. Can you imagine? They say, yeah, we're gonna shrink down the storage to 1.85, 825. 1 terabyte with 825 gigabytes. The Pro do over? I don't know. I don't know, Safo, but that's gonna be interesting to see. Or will they make it better or will they make it worse? usually because Safo, this is the first PS5 that came out, which I gotta clean that off. Sorry about the PS5 comment. But yeah. So this started pretty heavy and then it had a slim fast. The heatsink started to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then we had the PS5 Slim with 1 terabyte. And now we're back with the 825 storage like this baby has. Yeah. West Davis, you missed, my reviews on the showcases, my complaints with the showcases, how I'm not like what I saw on both of them, what I like, what I didn't like, yeah. Because this is the problem with leaks that Forza Horizon 6 announcement would have more impact if it wasn't leaked. Here's the thing though, Freddie Fox. When it comes to social media, no one is never happy. You gotta learn that. They're never happy. They're out there, gotta say something negative instead of being sincere. Because look, remember what I said? And I seriously said it here on the show. I said if they're gonna people were like, yeah, Forza Horizon 6 is gonna be shown. It's gonna do this. I even said this on my show. I said, seriously, I told everyone that if they do show Forza Horizon 6, they're gonna just show a teaser. It's not gonna be a major thing. Everybody was like, it's gonna be something major. I'm like, no. People they treat it like if it was something major. I said this here on the show. It's probably gonna be a tease because they're gonna save the juicy stuff for next gen. I mean, not next year. Sorry, for next year. Sorry, for next year, because next year is the 25th anniversary. It's the big one. They gotta have some big stuff out there. So the teaser was pretty cool. It was good. I'm happy that they actually showed you it's in Japan. That was something a lot of people out there. And let me tell you something. As a Horizon fan or the fans from Horizon, they were saying, "Hey, we want this game to be in Japan." They've been asking that for years. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It's been for years. I've seen people talk about it should be in Japan, should be in Japan, should be in Japan, and now they're getting it. Just by seeing that and being confirmed, that's the excitement right there. You can leak it, but being it confirmed is way more better. But the thing was, they were expecting that in Tokyo Game Show, we're going to see the cars driving, hitting a wall or something. That was not going to happen in the show. This is not a major, big show like the other Xbox ones are. And not only that, I would have done the same and save it for the 25th year because the 25th year needs to be a big ass banger. That's how I see it. It's the truth. It's the truth. Uh-oh. Safo, here we go. Got it for you right now. So let's see. Let's see if they can check out what the changes are. But this is going to be interesting once it releases. So New PS5 Pro version will be released later this month, it's claimed. In recent report, the talk of a new version of the PlayStation 5 Slim was revisited after it was quietly released in Europe. Oh Lord. But it highlighted again the performance hits on account on the manufacturer using cheaper components. There you go. It had a smaller SSD, totaling just 825 gigabytes of storage compared to the previous 1 TB featured in the original PS5. Now, the same outlet has reported that a version of the PlayStation 5 Pro is set to be released this month in the European market under the product designation CFI 7121, but the modifications units to the unit are unclear. Damn it, I wanted to know. Expectation for the PS5 Pro. In a report penned by G Labs, it was claimed that the PS5 Pro CFI 7121 is set to arrive in Europe from September 30, 2025. It was suggested the model will feature improvements, but as to what they are, nobody seems to know. I wonder what those improvements are. I'm kind of scared to read that it's talking about improvements. What was cleared up were any concerns around the storage capacity of the unit. It was thought that Sony might follow suit with the reduction of storage capacity of the PS5, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Damn it. On the other hand, one point seems to be confirmed: no reduction in storage capacity is expected. The PS5 Pro 7FI, CFI 7121 would thus retain its 2 terabyte SSD storage without modifying its exterior design. There's no modification of the exterior design. It's safe to assume that this is some step towards the PS5 Pro Slim. Oh, Lord. Chat, was there a PS5 Pro Slim? I mean, PS4 Pro Slim? Did I not see that? Hold on. I gotta type this in. Seriously, was there a PS4 Pro Slim? I remember there was a PS4 Slim, but a Pro? Hey, why the hell are you guys bringing up a PS5 Pro Slim when there wasn't a PS4 Pro Slim back in the day? Huh? Oh God. There you go, Safo. New model. Think we will get a 25th anniversary Xbox because they haven't done a special edition console too much this year. They probably will. They probably will. The thing is that it's like nobody's trying out there anymore. That's what I feel like. I feel like nobody's trying out there anymore because look, remember what I said earlier about the pushback with the devs, right? I think they have a pushback with the devs to get the game running better on the consoles. It's like they're not willing to care. And now it's all about the monthly active users, how many users are on there, how many users are playing games on the console and all that stuff. They basically are focused on that. But it seems like when it comes down to quality, it's like they don't care. So special edition consoles, it's easier to like how PlayStation is doing it, plus how Xbox is doing it. They're giving you a wrap for the console. PlayStation is giving you plates. They'd rather do that. So I don't know if they will have a 25th special edition console. Hope they do, but yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, they wouldn't. Why would there to be a Pro Slim? The console's already slim enough. I don't know, Safo. They mentioned that in the website. I just found it hilarious. Like, huh? Why are they looking forward to that when the original one didn't even have a slim version? That's some funny shit. We gotta say that's some funny shit, right, Safo? Yeah, it's like they don't care. Because look, when I sit down and look at this in general, I'm like, PlayStation shut down studios. Xbox shut down studios. They went out on a buying spree. Everyone out there on a buying spree. But when the games come out, right, they're not giving it to us like they promised us from the box. 4K 60. Now it's either or 4K 30 or 2K upscaling to 4K using AI, to help upscaling. It's like, what has happened with the quality in games though? It's like, I don't know. Yet the PS5, I love how the PS5 fans cheer for the simplest of things just because they're so stuck up in their ego side of things. But they're not seeing the fact that they are getting games that are just 2K escalating and all that stuff. Same thing with the PS5 Pro. They say, oh, I see things better here. Yeah, you keep lying to yourself. Oh Lord, you might see some details, you might see more shadows, you might see a little bit more reflection, but at the end of the day, the game is being upscaled. How is that a good thing? Should be 4K locked into 60. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I think I'm asking for too much. I think that's my problem. Oh, chat. Sorry for the slander again. They make a PS5 Pro Slim cheaper because no one bought the piece of crap Pro. That was Davis. Damn. Hey, we don't know. I mean, we have not seen the inside of the Pro. I mean, I actually hope they have some improvements, but improvements? Because if you're gonna, because here's the thing though. Here comes the question. If you're gonna improve something, add better quality stuff inside the console, it's gonna cost more. We know that because lately things are costing more when it comes down to hardware. They're increasing the prices. It's costing more. So I don't know what they mean by improvements. But if the improvements are for their pockets, and that's the improvement because when they talk about improvements, it's for their pockets, not ours, for theirs. That's the improvement they want to get. Let's say, oh, the PS5 Pro, since price hikes have come by, why don't we reduce this? Make a couple more dollars. Increase a little bit more the price and make a couple more dollars. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let me see. Best version cheaper. Morning, Chris Louis. Chat, what's up, King Styles? How you doing? Louis has one. He posted a picture of it in the. No, no, no. I have the PS5 Con, not the Pro. I have the PS5 Con. So, Safo, take this as a grain of salt. It says here, go to your tape by Digital Foundry. The Digital Foundry review presented in 4K HDR Triumph sequel, and there's a surprise ray tracing global illumination, best seen on PS5 Pro at 60 FPS. Take this as a grain of salt. Let's see when the game releases. If it's like that, cool. I hope it's 4K. I hope it's 60. I hope they really pour it in and use the tech that they have. Because really, check out you say, shit. One of the things I love is how they made a special edition of the PS5 Slim. Yet for the fat PS5, they didn't have plates for them. A lot of fans complain about that. They go, so you'll say they didn't even have plates for them. Real nice for you, PlayStation. Real nice. Sweet. Let's see what else is out there. Oh Lord. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. What else is out there? So the PS5 fans are mad because man, we're not getting what's it called? We're not getting PlayStation. What was it? Oh, we're not getting Forza Horizon 6 Day One on Xbox. I mean on PlayStation. Oh, okay. So I'm reading the Mikey Barra tweet. There is no better racing game than Forza Horizon. Wow. Not sure the expected late launch on PS. Just launch it everywhere at the same time. Continue focus, confusing messaging, in or out, not both. I'll play on Steam, so I don't care. But let the studio make money. Wow. Mixed messaging. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Mine Kibara complaining. He's like, I don't care, I'll play it on Steam. Then why you put a tweet out there if you're gonna play it on Steam? Shut the hell up. Damn, I mean that's the thing I don't understand. Like they always gotta look for something to complain. Release it on everywhere because it's the best thing to do. Really? Lordy, 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 lordy. Lordy. How about that, chat? I'm sleepy. Remember, I woke up at 5:20 in the morning, and I was gonna go to bed early. Now they're doing it right. We'll cut the PS when it needs to come because hey, I got a question though. I've received PlayStation games moving day one to Xbox, no. So why should they do the same? Because like for example, big titles like what's it called, Doom, it had to be released everywhere because that game is released everywhere. Yeah, I told you that Wes Davis is Bitmap that's making them. I found out that the guys that are making Terminator 2D are the same ones. Yeah, I told you they're the same guys who are working on it. Yeah, I said it before on the show. They're working on it. I was so happy that they're working on it. I even said thank you to them in DMs. I said, "Man, you have made a dream come true." I mean, I felt like a kid that day. I feel like, I mean, you guys know how I am with Transformers, with He Man, TNMT, because they're just real special for me from my childhood. There's special moments in my life. Thundercats, oh man. I even said, please make me a Thundercat game. Kind of weird though, growing up as a kid, like watching Terminator, watching Predator, wow. I've been a big fan of Terminator in my life. Pretty sweet, huh? Third party releases more on titles than Xbox. Money is what matters, and PlayStation gamers aren't footing the bills for exclusives they want so badly. Okay, so that's from Go Gaming. Anyway, chat, but I think that's it. I mean, we already talked about a couple things. We now know that we're getting a new PS5 model, and it says improvements. Yeah, improvements for the pockets because yeah. How about oh, that would be sweet. Silverhawk, and why don't we get a Brave Star game? Oh my God, Brave Star, Brave Star, Brave Star. Oh man. How about we get also Cops? Remember Cops the cartoon? Oh man, it's crime fighting time. Hell yeah! Oh Lord, cool stuff, cool stuff, cool stuff. Silverhawks. That's a good show too. Loved it. Yeah, Chad, I guess that's it for today. I mean, we're done. I'm right now, on a heads up, take a little nap, at least for an hour or two before I head to the office, trying to catch up on some sleep because, man, Chad, I'll be honest, I had 2 cups of coffee and I'm still tired. I need to take a little rest for a while. I love how they came out like, yeah, the PlayStation 5 is the most, PS5 is the most successful console in PlayStation history. Yeah, let's read this real quick. PS5 is the most successful ever console. That according to company itself, with CEO Hideki Nishino spreading the word during the Tokyo Game Show 2025 keynote as reported, no doubt incredibly busy by the no doubt incredibly busy Jeff Keighley. Oh yeah, we gotta suck up to Jeff Keighley. Yay. So what does most successful actually mean in this situation? Well, based on the keynote photograph that they're doing the rounds online, Nishino is mainly talking about profit. That's not just hardware sales. There you go. That's the money that the PS Store rakes in. The money made from PS Plus subscriptions and the money that Sony makes off many PS5 related accessories. Oh, especially on one figure that eclipsed what previous console generations were capable of. This is all falling from Sony's most recent financial report, which painted a absolutely glowing picture of the company back in August. The company, of course, the gaming landscape has changed dramatically over the last couple of decades or so. We're now at a point where actual physical sales numbers don't matter anywhere near as much, provided with that your digital storefronts are generating a constant. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they're talking. This is what you gotta love the Sony fanboys, I'm telling you. You gotta love the Sony fanboys. They're not even seeing nothing clear right here. But yeah, I'm gonna show it to you guys. You can see it right here because I'm ready to this, before I head out. But this is interesting though. So let's read this again. Here we go. Let's read this again. Oliva, what's up, my brother Oliva? How you doing? Of course. Let's read this again. Of course, the gaming landscape has changed dramatically over the last couple decades or so. We're now at a point where actually physical sales numbers don't matter anywhere near as much. Oh no. Provided that your digital storefronts are generating content and in Sony's case, substantial revenue stream. Huh. So while you're out there cheering that the PS5 sold 80 million consoles, 90 million consoles, what really generates the money is what now? Go ahead, chat. Say it with Louis. Say it with Louis what's really generated. And for how many years have we been telling them that it's the software that generates, not the hardware these days? And look, this is basically confirming what we have said for so many years. For God's sakes, I love it when we're right. Damn. So you'll not take factors into account. Here's what Sony's trying to measure stick for success. There's no getting away from the fact it has been and continues to be an expensive generation. 100%. The hardware is expensive. The accessories are expensive. The games are expensive. And then there's inflation and all that. I'm not going to pretend that we're experts in the financial fields. The bottom line is, though, is that PlayStation is riding high right now, and there's no doubt that PS5 will be used as the new benchmark for the future, for the brand's future. Mm, sweet from the digital storefronts. So basically, it's the digital stuff that's the money more than the hardware. Hmm, interesting. But chat, listen up. The crazy ones gotta go, chat. Like I said, chat, I'm gonna take a little nap. I am tired, man. I woke up really early for this. You know, I was expecting like something, to be as great as it was last year, but it just didn't happen. And I was expecting the Raw guy, like, you know, to be price to be announced, and it didn't happen. So now we gotta wait and see when the Blue Hell they're going to announce it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, chat, like always, before I go, tell me what you've all been playing. Go for it. Safo says Peppa Pig is back in Game Pass. Hell yeah, go Peppa. Peppa the best. I love Peppa Pig. The best. Peppa Pig. Oh man. Louis is all on a Rainbow Bright. What? All on a Rainbow Bright game. Now, what I've been playing is Helldivers. I'm just trying to finish up the ship, and once I'm done with the ship, I'm gonna go back to playing single players. Playing Wu Chang, nice, me, nice, 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 nice. Guys, remember one thing. Since you guys are all here, join our Discord. If you're not joining our Discord, let's go ahead and help this man out because he's doing an unboxing video. Go ahead and watch it. Let's get the views up. And if you like his content, go and subscribe. And if you don't like it, then still go and subscribe, because it's going to get better. So let me see if I can find that content from Will the Broke Boy Lewis. Here we go. He's unboxing it. So let me visit the sites. Let me put it in here in the chat so you guys can go follow the Broke Boy Lewis's channel. Help him out, of course. He already got 7 views. Let's help him out get more views, Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna put it right here in the Discord, and tomorrow I'll add it to the show. I'll add a channel to the show and tell you guys to go help subscribe, push him up to the limits. There you go. Right there. Just dropped it in. Go watch this unboxing of the Wu Chang controller. Yes. Don't forget, I'm about to see what it's like to run games on a physical HDD. My SSD is damn near full. Damn. Go for it. Try it out. And don't forget Strawberry Shortcake. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. But me, like I said, I'm still playing whatever. Still trying to complete the ship. I'll probably have it done by next week, and I'll go back playing single player games because hell, kind of terrible that Silent Hill F got the rating it got because that was going to be the next game I was going to play. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up with Helldivers, move on to finishing up Expedition 33, give you guys my review, and then move into the Chronos Ludan or Hell is Us, whichever one is both. And get ready for the Terminator 2D game. Because that one, I'm playing day one. Hell yeah. That's what I'm doing. Been playing Gears of War Reloaded online multiplayer a lot. Nice, man. I seriously hope you have been having a lot of fun. Seriously hope you guys have been having a lot of fun with the Gears of War multiplayer because, like I said, I'm gonna wait for the Gears of War, to play it again because I played it last gen and I was like, no, I'm not going through that again. Also, dropping in the link to Discord if you guys want to join it. It's right there, dropping it right there on the dot. So go ahead and join it, guys. Discord is right there for you guys to join. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But chat, thank you all for hanging out with me today for the second time. I went on this morning to watch the Tokyo Game Show, and I told the guys, let me take a break, do a couple things, come back, and yeah, and I want to thank you for hanging out with me for round two of the day. Pretty amazing from you all. Had a blast, had a good conversation. Give you all my reviews on the showcase. How I felt, what I saw, and yeah, it was a fun conversation. Went on a long slander about these developers, but yeah. But chat again, thank you for that. Thank you so much. And thank you all for the memberships. Thank you all for super chats. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. I really do. You guys make things great. Seriously, it's been a blast. So chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful, and I do mean a beautiful and awesome Thursday. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast when we do come back at 7 p.m. ET on Wednesday, right here on this very same YouTube channel with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Cypher. On Fridays, they invite me if they don't. XPI en Español, 7 p.m. ET with Elvis Aliencita and Metal Berserker. YouTube channels in the description down below. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Little Gaming when I send the signal out over there on Twitter X, Discord, Blue Sky, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Have a beautiful day, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Morning with Crazy Little Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one. Woo! Sleepy time for Lou. Let's go.